Hey, looks like I, actually went to a new video without having it to take, like, months and months. Mostly because I'm trying to finish stuff up, so I suppose that makes sense. So, last time, we kind of got a little heavy with some topics. Nothing too crazy, but, enough to have an existential crisis, perhaps. I don't know. In this episode, we're going to check out what the boots have done. Now, in the last episode, I called them the Hermes boots. I still think that's a cool as hell name. But, I guess Hermes shoes or whatever. But, apparently they're just called, like, winged boots or something. The winged boots. Doesn't really roll off the tongue the same way. Or, it's fine, I guess. It's kind of boring. Anyway. Time to see what these boots can do. Starting off right now, we're actually going to finish a level. I'm debating in the graphics here whether I should, like, put a little special thing for any levels that have been completely finished. I think I will. I think I'll, like, make an update to that. Obviously, I'm not going to retroactively, like, do the other videos again just to make that update. Right down. There we go. So we go in here now that we can jump a little higher. This is a bit of an obstacle, of course. We can get by these with just some decent timing. We gotta climb this ladder, though. And these guys are gonna feed us good tonight. A little too well, actually. You can kind of get a couple of them out. And this is here for a reason. There we go. We can just respawn it. Eventually. There we go. We only got one guy to worry about. There we go. And we get the last key there, the blue key in this level. Kind of cool puzzle here. We gotta move the furnace over. And I say puzzle, it's really like a, very slightly thinking about something in the game mechanics. It'll be a challenge to dodge that. Alright. Now we actually want to get fed so that we can... There we go. So you can see now it's one of these get tangled up blocks. This is a bit annoying though, because so we have to get tangled up and we're sort of right on a screen transition, so we have to, like, transition there for a second. And on top of that, I mean, that would be kind of annoying, but on top of that, there's another one of these. And it's not avoidable. We have to go down there for the chest. We gotta clear a path. Now, the enemies, they're not gonna distract us. We're just gonna roll right over them. But, there we go. I love the blue coins. So, I don't know if I ever made it clear. Maybe I, like, put a little addendum or something. But, so, everywhere in the game, there's always, like, yellow coins. And then, in certain parts of the game, there are these different color coins. So there's like, I used to call them silver coins, but actually... there are actually all 4 different colors that are meant to represent how close you are to one of the chests. So there's gray coins near, like, the gray chest. There's red coins near the red chest. And you saw there was a blue coin there right near the blue chest. I think that was a pretty cool touch from the developers. And so we got some kind of figurine, I suppose. It's just a filler item. The other place to go is right here, in Cave of Flames. Now, here's something kind of funny. There are all these different holes. Pro tip, I guess, without having to do a bit of memorizing. This is the 7th hole right here. Fall down there. Or don't, and just... yeah, alright, buddy. Yeah, anyway, there you go. You can count that that's the 7th hole. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been a while. There we go. Now, we actually will want to get flattened by these guys, because on the right... oh, did I kill them all? Damn it. Alright, gotta reload the room. Hold on. I don't mind these. Boop, boop. There you go. But we gotta get in here because we couldn't jump over that hole while we were crouching. And I have to fall a long way down here. And then to open those, you know, donut-sized or donut-shaped blocks, we got to do a bit of platforming by manipulating the enemies here, which is kind of interesting. So we got to put an enemy up there. Then we got to put an enemy here. Then we got to smash down and jump on these guys on the way down. And we gotta smash this floor here so this guy gets a little higher and feeds us. There we go. And we got it. And for our troubles, if only we can get some kind of miniature vehicle. Oh my god, a red car. Just adjust my seat here. And yeah, got our little optional collectibles. Time to move back onto the main path. We gotta head back here into E1. Now, we've only done 2 chests here, so we got a 3rd and 4th coming up. Trying to remember the pathway through this section. Oh, I think it's oh yeah. So if you remember, this area here led to a mole chasing you. I don't know if I mentioned this, but you can like pound the mole to like stun it a little bit, but not too long. You can't really dilly-dally. Now with our new Hermes shoes, we can get up here, and actually we have another section of having to use the enemies to make these jumps. Finding like an optimal way to do this. Alright. I'm holding up, by the way, as I'm like jumping on them. There we go. Also grab our music coin if you want. I was considering like going through all the levels and finding all 8 music coins in each of them, but like, wow, that's fucking 200 collectibles. I'm not interested in that whatsoever. I've never actually like found all of them, to be honest. Maybe I have and just haven't collected them all in one go. But yeah, I'm not planning on it. I don't find them all that interesting. Now, you might have remembered that we collected this key. Without the Hermes shoes, we would have had just enough height to grab it, but not reach this ledge. Well, now we can do that and get on here. what are we dealing with here? So, this boss here, I think his name is like Germano or something. All you need to do is hit all the skulls that are blocking the lights. And that's it. If you start right here in one of the lower ones and plan ahead, you can even do like a little jump here to get to like the next one if you had enough space. You're not supposed to get grabbed by the boss, so maybe like if he's up here, you won't have time to jump this way. But yeah, not much to talk about there. He's over super fast. And we get the 4th music box. So, yeah, it was definitely an important item. That means there's one more to go, and then we're done the game. Of course, we gotta collect all the optional shit, too, because that's important. For me. I think it's already starting to form a pretty nice song. And so imagine how it's going to sound putting them all together. And with that, let's head to that new place. Finally, we've actually unlocked. So we've had West 1, West 2, West 3, West 4, and then we later unlocked West 6. It's finally time to unlock West 5. I definitely think that these two should have been swapped in number. Although I think it is possible. Is it possible to get what to West? No, it's actually not possible to get to West 5 before West 6. So yeah, there's some stuff going on there. I'm taking a look around here. Notice these little octopussies. I don't know. I call them that because they're pussies. Yeah, they're harmless. They just kind of chill around here. Alright, buddy. Whatever you say. You'll notice that there's this bottom left corner here that we can't enter. Looks like it's just an exit. Now, there's a bunch of waves, or currents, that we gotta go around. If you're perceptive, you'll notice that this one is going to the left while the ones around it are going not to the left. You can just make it to the door. We can ride some of these zip lines here. Try to remember. Okay, yeah, so that is the gray chest. We will have to come back to that in a second. Try to remember where the key is. I think it's in this room. Or, like, this room adjacent. Not there. Maybe it's up here? Oh, no, that's the red chest. Remember that room now. This is a pretty interesting zip line. You gotta kind of go around the spikes. The hitbox is kind of forgiving on Wario, so be aware. It's not too bad. Blue chest. Okay. So there is a way to get into this door right above me. That is to get higher up. And in between these two spikes, just jumping through. Is this where the key is? I don't think so, actually. I'll come back to this later. Well, obviously it'll have to. I guess it's outside then, possibly. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, there's still this door I haven't entered yet. Let's get a little lost in this stage. Oh yeah, I remember this. So I remember how we were falling through the 7th hole. Well now, 4, 5. This time it's the 6th. Little opening here. A little bit of trial and error. I guess you could see the other paths and then count from there if you see the key. So that's not as big a deal. Anyway, there we go. Come on. No. It's kind of tight. You gotta kind of... You sort of get a little bit of momentum even after you swim out of the current, I think. Alright. I don't know what happened there. Just trying to go down the ladder. Jeez. And let's see if the first W5 hits off with a bang. I think that's dynamite. Now, you might have remembered some sections in certain levels having this, like, little wall with, like, with a few bombs there, and they don't really do anything. Well, this is what they do. They blow up. You could probably expect that the bombs will blow up. Now, real quick, let's go for the optional stuff first. We'll go into Colossal Hole. I believe this is, yeah, this is the last chest here. So yeah, I definitely want to, like, put a little something when I clear out a level. I think just to show. Actually, you know, I think I went up here while I was doing the last episode, and you might have seen the bombs up here, and this door was, like, in the air. Well, now the bombs drop this platform, and now we can enter the door. So we're gonna real quick go to the right first. Now this snake's not in a great position. We kind of gotta wait for it to drop a bit. There we go. This one, unfortunately, it was in a good position. Nice. Alright. Now we go up to the left in the same vein. That did not mean to do that. There we go. Nothing too bad. Man, if only we can get, like, another miniature vehicle. That would be really funny. Oh my god, a golden train. I think that looks pretty cool for pixel art, and for being, like, so low resolution as it is. I'm quite a fan of that. Anyway. The other thing that the dynamite blew up... walk over here. Is up here in the Cave of Flames. So, yeah, we're finishing this place off yet again. Considering the sheer amount of treasure I still have left, it's actually crazy just how much I'm finishing off from levels, rather than starting new ones. Now, just like with the bombs, again, like, you might have remembered this was a wall with, like, these bombs around it, and now it fell over. It's pretty neat. This is one of the more challenging parts of this video. Of these sections that I'm going into. First of all, we need to get a potion of invisibility, and we need to line ourselves up in the middle of these flames. Unavoidable music token right there. We also need to be careful around these guys. There we go. we can go through this wall and get that green key. Now, at this point, I can, you know, go uninvisible if I wanted to. Although, this is pretty annoying right here. So up here, there are these fire blocks. And the fire that we can actually use is all the way down here. Now, you might notice that I'm a little too low. So, yeah, it's gonna be kind of tricky to even line yourself up to begin with. I don't even really know a consistent setup. Maybe there, actually. Oh, nice. Okay, so I've always been using the, like going from the left side of the room there. And I guess the right side works out better. You still got to be conscious of, like, how much you jump, because remember, the timer only goes while you're, like, running on the ground. This one's pretty funny. If you just run in right away, nice warm welcome by the fish. And so here is the last challenge. Not as annoying as the fire, in my opinion, but we're gonna have to use one more potion of invisibility. Get through here. You can actually just wait for that fish to just jump on his own. Yeah, of course there's a random, like, polar bear in the middle of the fucking, like, cave of flames, you know? Let's give this another try. Wait here at the beginning. Jump. Jump. Okay, we got it. Now here's one last thing. Let's get rid of this polar bear here. We gotta make this jump over the fire while we're rolling. I didn't mean to fall into the fire, but this jump it's a little tight. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a pretty challenging chest, this one. Oh, did I say that we finishing this stage off? I for some reason misspoke. I don't know. It's a dummy on my part. So let's see, we got a bag. A bag. And, we can use that dynamite, in a section over here. Let me try and see if I remember what happened here. Oh yeah, it's not here. Let me just get caught by the dude. Actually kind of in a way out of the way place here. We can break this wall, enter this door here. Now, right here, where I'm standing, this would have been like a floor full of like bomb platforms that haven't exploded yet. But of course, now that we got the bombs out of the way, these floors blow up. We're gonna have to find a nice path. Now the key is just above me here, under the first hole. Ooh, can we get that coin? Yes. Wait, did I get it? Don't know. It's hard to tell. Alright, let me boop you. And grab the key. And the chest itself is in this, like, opening right here. this guy out. Could be a little annoying. There we go. Make a little bit of a left here. Now there's a spike here, so just be careful of that. You have to go over it. There we go. Not too hard to avoid. And we've completed this level, though. I might have been wrong about the last level, but I was right about this one, where I never made a claim. We get something that looks a little jumbled. Kind of looks like a tornado, and I think this is meant to be, I think it's called the Eye of the Storm. So we use the sack that we got from the last level, and I guess this this unleashes a storm unto the world. Onto N1. It's always an event whenever we go back to N1. And hey, we got a shortcut too. So that's pretty neat. N1 all the way back in the first level of the game. Seems like any time we come back here, it's always some interesting shit. In this case, we got 2 places to go. Make a quick trip to the right over here. We're gonna grab one of these enemies. Be careful past the fire. Oh, we can even just do that. Okay. Alright, well there's our key. We'll be using our key. Thank you. I needed that. So the storm caused these leaves right here to start falling. Watch out for the fish. They spit at you like a couple of water spitters. That one, I'm curious, do some fish, like, spit water? Like projectiles spit it out? Because I'm thinking, like, there's a very similar enemy in Yoshi's Island that does that. So, I don't know. I know, like, Cave Story also has an enemy like that. Well, we're not talking about Nintendo anymore, but I almost have to feel like there's some kind of, like, real fish, or maybe a folklore thing. I don't know. But anyway, with that, we just got a new power-up. Now, it's not actually much different than the flippers we got. I literally just have it under Flipper 2. You can actually swim hard enough to counteract the current, which is pretty nice. With that, we'll just get the last, or we'll get 2 of those 3 things, and then we'll continue with that 3rd thing next time. Of course, we're going for the optional shit first. Let's go a little out of order here based on my notes. We'll do W5 next. So do you remember that corner that I said was an exit? Well, I kind of lied a little bit. There actually is no entrance there except for that. But we can counteract the current. So now here's an interesting room. You can see there's a door. You might notice that there the wall is looking a little different. And similarly, this wall right here is looking a bit different. That's because this is a secret entrance. Real quick, let me go into this and show you what this looks like. We got a hammer guy, so you can get one of these notes here. But this giant fucking wall of throwable, or like, blocks that break when you throw shit at it. I find that really funny. Anyway, we can enter the current here. And to get in that door, there's like a little pathway over here. Gotta kind of navigate it blind. Let's see. I'll just do it slowly just to get an idea of what it looks like. It's kind of like a zigzag shape. And there we go. And the key is just sitting right out here. Oh, it's cool that the other music note was on this side of the room. So you had to use a spring like twice, essentially. That's pretty cool, actually. Come on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright. Gotta unzigzag my way here. And just to speed things up, I'll go out here and outside. So we're gonna enter the central room like we did before. The central room is basically going to be our main hub anytime we join, or we enter this stage. I believe the red chest was in the top right of this room. Just gotta go up here. You might remember these guys from a while back. They go on your head. You gotta touch a wall to get them off you. Throwing, what a nice throwback. I like these guys. And they're an interesting obstacle. And with that, you might be groaning a little bit for our new treasure, but it is a red crayon. You might be thinking, what? Another red crayon? So, when I originally got the red crayon, the actual red and pink on this crayon is actually flipped for that one. So I guess it would be more appropriate to call that one a pink crayon, and this one a red crayon. Either way, it kind of pisses me off that these colors are, like, shared, essentially. Plus, blue did that as well. I don't think I mentioned it during the episode when I got it, but, like, we have a light blue and a dark blue pencil. At least I would assume I would call this one the light blue one, because that's where, like, or the crayon, not pencil. But, like, that's where the crayon part is. So, yeah. So we have a red and a pink. And that means we got to observe. We can see that the red door on the game area is filled in now. We still have 2 more pencils. Fucking pencils. We still have 2 more crayons to go. I don't know why I keep calling them pencils. Still have this one over here and this one over here. You could tell by, like, you know, the arrows here what's related to each other. At least we got one just kind of over with. One of the lesser interesting stuff. I guess you could argue that all of the optional shit is less interesting than, like, all of the, you know, required shit. But, I don't know. I like some of the different look of some of the optional items. Both crayons, like, what is there to talk about? It's like, it doesn't even do much other than color, like, an area in, but, like, not all together. Like, they all do it separately. So it's like one reward split across, like, 7 different crayons. It's really annoying. So, we are here during the night. I'm sure I mentioned this when we had, what, I guess the red chest here? Whatever the other chest was. The almost invisible door. It's not too bad on YouTube. Can you imagine being a kid playing this on a non-backlit Game Boy Color screen? That would be hellish to see. Anyway, our main thing here, we can actually just jump right in the water and start swimming. We got this pipe right here. We actually got quite a bit of a challenge going on. So this part's not too bad. We're just gonna make our way upward. Yeah. Try that again. There we go. So, I didn't actually go the wrong way. You actually have to pass by this chest, then go in this pipe, and you can't go back in it, by the way. You gotta loop around here. Anyway, oh, I did not mean to summon you again. So we have a quite difficult maze here to traverse. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of annoying. On the bright side, even though I don't care one bit about the music coins, that is the most cheesable, like, thing that's really funny to me. Nope. I was trying to back out, and then I didn't react in time. Come on. Okay. Okay. You go up here, that's just another music coin. Yeah. That's gonna be tight. I find that this section is quite unnecessarily tight, if you ask me. Okay. Okay, we got it, we got it. There we go. I think we can just make our way over the top, essentially. Yeah, there we go. And yes, you have to go around the top. We are forced into the red key. That is pretty funny. You know, there's a lot of like little things about this game where it's like, functionally, it works totally fine. It's probably a little obtuse, like that little thing right there. Originally, you never even touched that pipe. You just happen to like get the key that's right below it. And now, once you come out of the pipe, you just get the key right there. There's something just kind of funny about that. It's like this game just works enough to where, like, the level design is fine, but it looks a little questionable in some places. And someone hold the phone, because we got a phone. I might have given some poor reception. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Mostly because I'm done with the video. So, yeah. We got about 10 or so treasures done. We actually have 66 right now, which is just before the brain rot number. I'm happy I didn't end at the brain rot number. But then, the next episode, I'm going to start it immediately with getting the brain rot number. Anyway. So, I'm happy with the progress we made today. And, I guess I'll see you guys next time. And it shouldn't take too long to do that. And also, get some of the Pokédex streams finished up. So, see you later.